Shalom. This is Shalomah from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Krakadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of the Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, safety, much love, and blessings to the brothers and that's preaching His word in truth and sincerity to make the calling of election sure. To you I say Shalom. Also Shalom to the elect of Israel that consists of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled, Their Destruction is Our Salvation. Of course, we know that destruction has to come before the Lord can set up the kingdom of heaven. And that destruction is going to be the worst destruction that has ever happened in the history of the earth. Esau can go into, what he thinks happened, what destroyed the dinosaurs, a meteor hit, even, being biblical, saying that, the destruction of the world, when the world first ended with water, with the flood, this is going to be far more worse than that. There's actually going to be an entire continent or a whole country that's going to be destroyed off the face of the earth. And it's not going to be covered with water. It's going to be covered with fire. Not only that, but other parts of the world is going to be destroyed. And at the same time, the Lord is going to send His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, and His angels to gather the elect and basically keep us safe while this destruction is going on. Then we're going to be changed. We're going to be made immortal, brought back to set up, to establish our kingdom, which is going to be on the face of the earth, and we're going to be put back into our land, which is Israel. So I'm going to get a few scriptures, and I'm going to start off with Isaiah chapter 66 and 12. Actually, I'm going to start off with 14. It says, "And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, your bones shall flourish like an herb, and the hand of the Lord shall be known towards His servants, and His indignation towards His enemies." So you got to have salvation going on and destruction at the same time. Verse 15 says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with His chariots like a whirlwind, to render His anger with fury, and His rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by His sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." And who is that many? The many is going to be the other nations that's not going to make it in slavery, mainly the Esau Edom, which is the so-called white race, whose lineage does not go back to Israel. And this is not a color thing, because you have Israelites that like the so-called white man, and then you have Israelites that like all nations, but you also have other nations outside of Israel that looks like Judah. For an example, I knew this guy growing up. His father was an Edomite, and his mother was a Judite, and she was really dark, which made him just look like a regular tone or light skinned Judite, but he was an Edomite. And as he got older, he married a Judite woman, a dark skinned woman, and his children came out looking like they were regular old so-called black children. But by him being an Edomite, they're Edomites, but they look just like us. So it's not a color thing. It's a bloodline, and also it goes by the spirit. And that dude was wicked as all hell. I don't know how he is now, but back then he was a big demon. But anyway, back to the topic. The Lord is gonna, he's gonna send missiles. Esau and these other nations have a lot to worry about, but of course they're gonna think that everything is gonna continue to go on. Hold on, let me see if I can find the scripture. Okay, this is it right here. Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. I bring this out a lot. I don't understand how I forgot about it. But anyway, Psalms chapter 49 and 11, it says that inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So, these the wicked thinks that their land, their rulership is gonna continue forever, but the Lord is gonna he's gonna take it away from them and give it to who it belongs to, which is Israel. Now, we Israel got what they deserved, being enslaved, all the way from Egypt to ancient Babylon, to all these different countries we were scattered out to, and had to serve slavery, all the way to Babylon the Great, which is the United States of America, when we were brought over here. Not only that, but the Northern Kingdom, the Hispanics, the Native Americans, we deserved everything that we got. The rape, the rob, the murder that this devil did to us. That was the punishment. That was judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And we deserve that. But now, that punishment is over. So you ever been punished as a child, and you was on punishment for like a week, and your dad or your mom, they took away your TV, and now they take away cell phones. We didn't have cell phones back then, but yeah, the TV, the game system. Even when I was a teenager, I had a little car. They'll take my car keys away, and I thought it was the end then. But then like the last minute of that punishment, you like, okay, what am I gonna do first? Am I gonna hit this party? Am I gonna I'm gonna go scoop up my buddies, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You be planning for what you're gonna do after that punishment. So that's what's keeping us on track now in these times that's getting worse, is basically thinking what we're gonna do in the kingdom. Actually, we can't even really we can't even wrap our mind around how great and how beautiful the kingdom is gonna be, and what all it will be able to do. It's gonna be unlimited. It's gonna be heaven. But hey, before that, the Lord has to destroy Esau, Edom, and his kingdom, and the rest of these heathens. The ones that don't get destroyed, they're gonna make it into slavery, or they're gonna go into slavery. But get Daniel real quick, chapter 7. And verse 26, it says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And who is that day? It's talking about the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And part of that power are going to be his saints. Lord's willing, I'm of that number. We're of that number. But we're going to take the kingdom. The Lord is going to allow us to do it. He's going to give us the power to take the kingdom away from these heathens. Verse 27, and the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. There you go. Serve and obey. That's slavery. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like the disgusting things that, this devil did to us during our slavery, but it's going to be hardcore slavery. So, hey, this is very comforting in these times. Everybody else is losing their mind, but on the other side, you got the men of the Lord and also the women and children that sent to this truth, the hopefully elect. We're looking forward to this. We're hastening the day of the return of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because we're sick of this. We're sick of this place. We're sick of the wickedness. We're sick of the bad air, the bad food, slaving. Going to being still in slavery, going to work, working 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, sometimes 16 hours a day. Man, that's pure hell, man. And the type of work that I do, I go into I visit a lot of Edomites and other nations, and outside of Israel, and their houses are just sick. I mean, they got everything they need, and most of them just sit home. I seen young ones like in their 30s, 40s, nice house, just sit home. Got a business that they don't have to run. The business runs itself, or whatever, or just inherited money, from their parents, which probably went back to slavery, and they just live good. Don't have to work. But all that's going to come to an end real soon. On the other side, our salvation. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. And verse, I'm going to start at 15. It says, for this we shall say unto you by the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord Yahweh shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and the dead and Hamashiach shall rise first. So the dead is the ones that you actually have brothers that died in this truth. Those they're gonna come back. They're gonna be raised from the dead. That's gonna happen first. This is gonna be right at the end, right before the Lord changes this, the elect into the 144,000, the saints with spiritual powers. It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Like I said, these are comforting words, and it's not going to be anybody and everybody that's going to be saved. And we're not just going to be floating in the air. We're going to actually be taken up on chariots, which people call UFOs. And the beautiful thing is we see them all the time, and that's our salvation. We was at camp yesterday, and we saw one at camp. Well, I didn't see it because I was in the middle of doing a lesson, but the other brothers in the camp, they saw it. And hey, that's a beautiful thing. The Lord is showing His power to His saints, and He's also showing it to our enemies. Esau, he gonna try and fight against the angels. He's gonna try and fight against Yahweh Shai. He's gonna try and fight against the saints, the 144,000, Leviathan, the animals, and the earth, and it's gonna lose in every which way. But at the same time, hey, this is gonna be a beautiful time for the elect. I want to get a few more scriptures, and I'm going to end this. For Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and I'm going to start from the top. It says, "And then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor." And who is that talking about? It's talking about Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Because the world is looking for a old, frail, fragile Edomite, to come out the sky riding on a horse or floating in a cloud or whatever. They have all these false depictions of the return of the Lord, and basically saving everybody on earth. It's not going to happen. It's going to be strange to these heathens. It's going to be strange to Esau, Edom, to see what they call UFOs, spaceships. When they're going to think it's an alien invasion, then you're going to have Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also, the Israelite foreigners. They're going to be taken up on these ships. Not only that, you're going to have a pissed off so-called Judite, so-called black man, Judite, which is going to be Yahweh Shai. He's going to come back, and he's going to bring so much destruction. It's just going to be a terrible time to be a heathen. And they, verse 3, it says, "And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of the spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and his lot is among the saints?" Because they see us out there teaching. They think that we out there with costumes on or whatever when we have on our garments. They don't believe nothing we say, even though, if they try and come up against us, we got proof. We can back up everything that we speak because we have the truth. We have the 100% truth. Not saying that we know everything, but we have the 100% truth. And they're gonna see it. Look at the screen on the left side. That's what they're going to see. Everything is going to be destroyed. And you're going to have a chariot that's going to be beaming up the men of the Lord. And then you're going to have missiles coming. You're going to have, it's going to be straight up destruction everywhere you go. And there's nowhere around it. The book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 18, it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord." Just like I was saying, they thinking that everybody thinks that, it's going to be an Edomite coming out of the clouds and basically save the world from death. No, he's going to bring death. This is going to be the end. This is the day of the Lord. And there's no escaping it unless you're part of the elect. And the only way to be part of the elect is to pray to the name Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, keep his commandments to the best of your ability. It sounds simple. And it is. It is simple. Just think, you can choose life or you can choose death. Of course, we're gonna go into Jacob's trouble. That's gonna be hard, but you need to seek the Lord early. Seek the Lord now, while you have a chance. Continuing on, it says, "To what end is it for you? What end is it for you? The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand upon the wall, and a serpent bit him." You can't escape what's going on. No matter where you hide. Going up into the space stations or your underground bunkers, destruction is coming for you. Verse 20, "Shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?" Like literally everything is going to be dark. The only light you're going to see is going to come from fire. I'm going to go up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go up to 14. It says, "Seek good and not evil," just like what I was going into. "Seek good and not evil, that ye may live." That's the only way you're going to make it out of this. Other than that, if you refuse it, you automatically choosing death. And so the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the power of hosts, shall be with you, as ye have spoken. "Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord Yahweh of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph." And who's the remnant of Joseph? The Israelites. Israel today. The ones that's going to actually make it to the end. The remnant. We have to seek the Lord right now, while we have a chance. And then, once that destruction comes. If you think of it, it's everything is the way everything was set up was perfect from the beginning. The way the Lord established everything on earth. He created his chosen people, which are us. And he had to give us a reason to go off, before we can receive a reward. He's just not going to give us a reward. He told us in the beginning, if you do all these things, you're gonna be blessed in the city. You're gonna be blessed in the field. You're gonna be blessed everywhere you go. But we had to earn it, and we're earning it now by doing the work, by teaching, by telling people to come back to the original laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I pray that this was edifying. I wanted to get a few more scriptures. I'll probably do another lesson on this, but I'm going to end it right there, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that rule and teach, that teach and rule well. Peace, safety, much love, and blessings to the elect of Israel and Abad Babal.